Okay, we're rolling. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Catch and Tie. The fly that we are tying today is this olive bugger with a lot of flash. The fish you're going to see is a compilation of several smallish smallmouth bass in the northwestern part of Pennsylvania on a nice fall afternoon. We both did pretty well that day. We used a variety of flies, from white to this olive color to black, and this one seemed to do the best that day. Something I designed, and I hope you like it. All right, let's show you the fish first, and then I'll show you the fly. Thank you. Little one. He must have been the one that was hitting it down there. Felt bigger. Oh, you got the biggest. That's the biggest one. Yes, it is. Another one. Hello, another one. See, I don't know what's going on with my camera here. Huh? Yeah, look, just like a good spot. It was just deep enough. It looks like a good spot. It was just deep enough. I think it's going to come right out. Yeah, I'm going to lose this one. Lost it. Well, I like that fly I had, and I know what it was. How I tied it, so I'm going to tie a bunch more like it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I remember tying it. I put a little extra, just a woolly bugger style. Olive with a lot of green flash in it. That's a perfect drift you got there. That should be catching a fish. Okay, for today's project, we're going to be tying a olive bugger with a lot of extra flash in it. That flash is called Glit Eyelash. It's made for making sweaters, but it works great for fly tying too, as you'll see. Flashaboo for the tail. This saddle that I've had for a while. It's getting a little thin. It's still got some good feathers to it. A little bit of the Sally Hansen's. A dab of the super glue. Thread is 210 denier. It's the Danville thread that I ordered last week. It's a little thinner than the other thread, the replacement thread I was looking for. Of course, it's a different color, and the pink color that it came in was a little lighter pink, so it's not what I was looking for, but it'll work. I mean, this is actually a nice thread. It you'll see, works pretty nice. We're gonna some strung marabou that I got at the local fly shop for the tail. Dubbing of my own design. Doesn't have any extra flash in it. What it is, it's a wool dubbing from wool yarn. Put it in the blender and the coffee grinder and grind it up. Hook, streamer hook, size number 10. The Umpqua brass bead, countersunk, 1/8. And that should be all the materials. If I forgot anything when I'm tying it, I'll let you know. But okay, stay tuned, here we go. Welcome back. Those fish you just saw were a few smallmouth from an afternoon outing up at northwestern Pennsylvania. Shenango River. Nice place to fish. Have caught bigger fish out of there, but on that day never caught anything more than maybe, I don't know, what was that one I held up with camera problems, 11 inches maybe, but that was the biggest of the day. So let's get started. That fly is a pretty flashy fly. It's an olive bugger with a lot of flash in it. Worked real well, and hopefully you'll stick with me through the video. Gotta warn you though, halfway through the video the fly does look pretty ugly. The end of the fly, when the fly is all finished, it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and start with a few lead wraps to secure that bead. 0.015 millimeter is what I'm using on this 1/8 bead. Little super glue. Oh, it's a little too much super glue. Let's take some of that off. There we go. And take that lead, shove it in the side of the bead and up against the bend of that hook, and it eats it nicely. Okay, we're going to start with this Danville 210. It's a fluorescent green. Good, wrap it back a few turns. Snip off the tag end. Don't need that around. Take this all the way to just past the bend of the hook. And back a few wraps. You're going to cut 2 strands of this Flashaboo out of your pack. You're going to take 1 strand at a time, and you're going to tie this in, throw it under your thread, pull it up through, take both ends, make sure they're even, each. Wrap over it, 1 loop back, give it a pinch, wrap it over again. Oop. Got the hook there, should be good. And make 1 more loop. Alright, wrap that back just a little bit. Alright, go ahead and cut those loops out. Trim that up just a little bit. Alright, Now you're going to take a little bit of this strong marabou. Take a chunk. It looks pretty good. And figure out about how long you want your tail. I don't like a long tail. The reason being is you get some short strikes. And you're not looking for a short strike. You're looking for the fish to hit the hook. So go ahead, wrap it back. Go ahead, cut that off. At an angle. Take that second piece of Flashabou. Repeat the process of the first piece. Alright, pretty even. Okay, my apologies if the camera looks a little different than it did a second ago. Battery died. Still had a couple bars on her. I guess those eats it up quick. Alright, so we just tied a couple of loops in there. Go ahead, pull the Flashabou back, a couple wraps. Another loop, a couple wraps. Missing a piece. Yeah. It'll all come out in the end here. Alright. Go ahead, wrap it back. And cut these loops out. Cut that one to length. Okay. I'm going to add one more piece of this strong marabou. Tie that in. Okay. Here you got a tail. Trim up the extra Flashabou to length here. Make sure everything's uniform. After all, I'm doing it for the camera. Okay. From here, I'm going to take this Glit eyelash yarn. And what's nice about this, it's very directional. And I'm sure you realize we want them all to face back. Trim that extra thread off of there. Go ahead, pinch it all back here. Capture it. Wrap it back. Right about there. Boy, this thread is pretty nice, isn't it? Alright. From here, we're going to make a doubling loop. Bring it back to here. Going to take it over. And under. And under. And up forward. Go ahead, bring your bobbin holder up around. And rest your bobbin on it. Take your dubbing spinner. Go ahead, attach it. And now we're going to go ahead and take some of this homemade dubbing made out of wool, made out of fisherman's wool. The yarn you knit sweaters with, those big bulky sweaters. Just toss it in the coffee grinder. It comes out nice. But you want only a little bit of this. You want to use this sparingly. You don't want your body to be real thick. If I wanted it to be thick, I would have used other material, which I'm going to use in the future, so stay tuned for that. But I need those on like a too long extra hook. This is not too long, it's just a standard hook length. Okay, should be sufficient. From here, go ahead and spin it up. I'm going to watch your hook. Point of your hook here, it's going to snag some of that. It'll stop it from spinning up nicely, so just keep an eye on that. And you want to make a tight loop. Alright, looking pretty good. Okay, take your hackle pliers, clamp it while still holding the hackle pliers, cut the thread away from the spinner, and get your material out of the way here. Put it in your material holder. Go ahead and start spinning it up. Touching wraps, but if there's a gap, you don't want it to be too big. Okay, there you go. Looks good. Go ahead and move your bobbin cradle. Wrap that in a couple times. Good, you can take your hackle pliers off, wrap it up, and cut it away. Okay, looking good. From here, you're going to get a hackle feather out of your saddle. You want a bigger one. You want this to have a bigger profile. How's that look for a profile? Looks pretty good. Alright. Strip some feathers back. Now you got a stem. Looks about the right size, huh? Put a little dab of super glue on her. Just enough to hold it in there. You don't want the feather pulling out on you when they're trying to secure it. Alright, so doing it pretty good. Do a couple wraps. And from here, what you want, after of course you stroke them back a little bit, separate them, is you want 2 turns to start with. Because you want that head of the fly to be nice and thick. So let's go 1, 2, and start wrapping back from there. Big wraps don't need to be too close. Alright, grab your hackle pliers. You just want to attach them there just for weight. Now you're going to take your eyelash material and try to not capture any of these fibers. So first wrap. You want to secure that feather real good. Weave it in and out. Now the fly is looking pretty ugly, but I promise you it'll look better. Probably losing half of the viewers right now, but if you stick with me, it's going to look pretty. Okay. So here we go. We got all wrapped up through there. Go ahead and secure it in place. Couple wraps here. Couple wraps in front. Over top again. Alright. Go ahead and trim this off. You want to trim that up a little bit. All these rogue fibers that make eyelash material. We're going to wrap those down. They'll be hidden in a second here. Okay. Good. Stroke everything back. Wrap all that hider down there. If you're doing this to catch a fish, you don't care how pretty that is, but I'll try to do it for a video so you can see how pretty it can get. How's that sound? Alright, so we have it all dolled up there for you. I do have a couple little baby stragglers here, but I think we're going to have to live with those. You're going to take that feather the end of it there, just reach in there and cut it gently. Take a whip finish tool, give it a whip. 1, 2, 3. Give it one more before I cut it away, because we got to do some dressing up of this fly. Oh, go. Snuck in there, didn't he? Okay, let's cut that away. And from here, what we want these eyelash materials to be the same length as your hackle feather. So pull it up. Don't cut your hackle feathers. It takes a couple seconds to do, but in the end it is worth it. Don't cut yourself either. It is worth it. Let's get this big clump out of here. It doesn't need to be there. Okay, looking pretty good. Try to find the ones that are hiding down there from you. They ain't done yet. This actually has a nice little finish to it. Looking pretty good. Now you want to take that brush, this black brush that we got cheaply at where's that, Harbor Freight, where they come like a bunch in a pack. Okay, brush this out. And what you're going to see is that polyester material that's part of the eyelash yarn really come to life. Hopefully I'm not getting you out of focus by moving this around too much. When you see any rogue fibers, go ahead and snip them as you see them. It's not a quick fly to tie. It's not one that I would be selling. I never sold a fly yet, but still, it's for personal use. It takes time to do. So go ahead and do it right. I want it to look good. Get that up in there. You can use a dubbing brush, but I don't know how it would work on this. I don't think it would work all that good. I think it would tear it up too much. This brush here works really good on this. Just a stiff nylon brush. Okay, if you stuck with me, here you go. You got a pretty good looking fly there. Just cut that one. Trim that one. Just doing this for the camera now. I don't think the fish really care beyond that. How's that look? Looks pretty sharp, I think. Take a look underneath here. You always got a rogue one wants to hang down. Stupid. You got caught in a vise there. That guy right there. Alright, so now you have a extra sparkly woolly bugger that caught all them smallmouth. They liked it. Finish it off with a little Sally Hansen's. And there you go. You have a finished fly. But it's pretty, it works. It's a good fly to put in your box. I fish a lot of streamers for smallmouth. And this is a proven smallmouth catcher. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Hope you all like this video. Please give me a subscribe if you do. And give me a like. If you don't like it, heck, leave a comment why you didn't like it. Tell me what I should have done different. Okay. Thanks. Appreciate you all tuning in today. Now quit watching me and go fishing. Thanks. See ya.